Do I start now? Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. How are you? I'm Sadaf Patel, and I'm going to talk about fun things to do with your family today. We're going to wait a few minutes so everybody can log on. Can everyone hear me? Is the sound okay? Is the sound okay? Can you guys hear me? Okay, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Sadaf Patel, and I am going to talk about my favorite topic, how to have fun with your family. I know that there's a crisis situation going on. Walaikum salam, everyone. So good to see you guys. So I know that there's a crisis situation going on. I understand it. We all understand it. We see it in the news. We're living it. Every day we're living it. So today I'm not going to talk about any of that, or how to cope with it. I am not going to talk about, yes, it is a time to connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Definitely. There are so many tafsirs, so much more time for Quran, so much time to like pray in Jama'ah, all of that stuff. And there's so many different masajids and so many different websites that are doing that. But today we are going to talk about how to have fun with your family. And anybody that knows me or who's friends with me knows that I love to play games, and that, it's a different time when you get to spend time with your family. So I'm going to start out with a poem that actually came into my inbox today through Al Maghrib Institute, and it's by Diana Lumering, and it really hit the spot. So I wanted to share that with you first, and then we'll start. Hold on one second. Sorry. So, if I had my child to raise over again, that's the name. I'd build self-esteem. Wait, one second. Let me just get this out on the thing. If I had my child to raise over again, I'd build self-esteem first and the house later. I'd finger paint more and point the finger less. I do less correcting and more connecting. I take my eyes off my watch and watch with my eyes. I would care to know less and know to care more. I take more hikes and fly more kites. I'd stop playing serious and seriously play. I'd run through more fields and gaze at more stars. I would be firm less often and affirm much more. I'd focus less on the love of power and more on the power of love. So, this is something to think about because, with everything going on, the one thing that we have been given is the gift of time. And how are we going to spend that time? First, we have to change our mindset when we're having family fun time. We need to understand that this is not a time of criticizing, of correcting, of comparing. This is a time of just letting loose. So right now, everyone's a teacher at home, right? We're all like home, we're schooling our children, we're their teachers, we're their parents. So we're constantly nagging, lecturing, and it gets to the child. And you don't want this time to ruin your relationship with your child. So yes, you have your school time, you schedule that out, create a good schedule for yourself. And then you definitely dedicate in the day at least 1 hour for family fun time. And there's a lot of different things that you can do. But the first thing that you need to do, which is very important, is create a mindset that this is just about connecting. You are going to spend this time connecting to your child. You are not going to spend this time with anything else. With your children, with your family, you're going to spend this time bonding. So with different age groups, there are different things, right? Every child, every age is different. Every child is different. So you need to find what is a good match for your child. And depending on the age group, there's different activities you can do. For the younger kids, like I would say 10 and under, there's so many different activities. Like you can do read aloud to the family. You can create puppets and have a puppet show. You can create a good point system for good deeds. And you can have like every day on the chart, like everything that that your child does nicely. He says thank you, says please, or whatever. You have a good deed chart, and then the end of the week they get a prize. You can do on Cosmic Kids on YouTube. They have these cool yoga exercise classes that you can like already start that health kick in your child. There's virtual cooking for every age. So for younger kids, there's like these. My sister's children made M&M cookies the other day, and they brought them for us to try. And so there's all these different things. Gordon Ramsay and all of these amazing chefs are also having these cooking shows that they're on his Instagram. He starts it live. So you can just, cook with him and learn with him for the older kids. And then there's a really nice thing that I saw on Next Door Neighbor. You can take chalk and just write on the sidewalk like nice messages, because everybody's going for a walk these days. So when they see like on the sidewalk, like a nice, have a nice day, smile, it's not that bad, things like that. When they see that, it adds a lot of like, it makes your day nicer. It makes you smile. And then you can also like give them, not homework, but just like, okay, let's research a topic that we've never been, what's interesting to you, and research it and then talk about it at the dinner table. Or, make sure you guys have dinner together. Make sure that you have that time, that time and that bond is created, because a lot of families, I know my friends, a lot of people would talk about how we can't have dinner together anymore. Kids are coming home late and, they have places to go, but now you can make that conscious effort. So, make sure you have dinner together, and make sure that dinner time is fun. Like there's something that the kids look forward to. You can talk about, what I would like to do is like, have jokes, like a joke time. So be like, okay, make sure you come, find some funny jokes or some funny riddles, and you can talk about it on the dinner table. You can talk about hadiths that you like. You can talk about being grateful. And and you can do Google Hangouts with your kids. Another thing is that the things are so amazing these days that there's so much virtually out there, you would be surprised. There's all these different museums, like virtual tours of museums, like the Guggenheim Museum in New York, the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. All of these museums are having virtual tours. So you can actually, like on your big screen, do a virtual tour with your kids. And it's so amazing because you can just like be there virtually, and it's just like being there live, and you can discuss different things that have to do with the museum. You can virtually sightsee so many different places like Montreal, Chicago, the castles in Europe, the Great Wall of China, New York. You can paint. Oh my God, painting is so much fun for people that have never done it. Start it. There's nobody watching you. Go in the garage, take out your newspapers, and just find YouTube videos on how to paint or how to do this or how to draw this. Everything is available to us. So as a family, we can draw different things. Another thing we can do is movie marathons, like really fun movie series like Harry Potter, or different things that the kids would like. Toy Stories. Oh my God, my husband's favorite. He loves all the Toy Stories. So you find different movie series and have like a movie marathon that week. That okay, this week we're going to watch Harry Potter together, and it just brings so many memories. We are going to remember this. This is history in the making. We're going to remember this time, and the memories that we have control over, let's try to make them the best memories we have. There's other things that we can't have control over, like the grocery stores are limited. There's hoarding going on. There's people dying. There's so much fear. We can't control that. But what we can control is what's going on inside our home. And, what I would recommend is like have a family vlog every night, like maybe for 10-15 minutes of how your day was, what you're going through during the quarantine. It's just a fun way to like document this time, because it could be something that the children can show the children that, we lived during that coronavirus time, and this is what happened, and this is how we spent our days. And then another thing is get dressed, have nice formal dinners. Okay, so we're in April right now. It's spring. It's such beautiful weather. Gardening is a sunnah, and it's also so relaxing and so peaceful. Create a flower garden or an herb garden with your children. And it's very simple. There's few steps to doing it. It helps you so much in different ways. It gives you so much peace. It's something that they can watch to grow together. It shows them the miracles of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the miracles of nature. You just have to get a few materials, and the gardening stores are open. So, you can just go one time and get your supplies, and it's a beautiful experience. And then when it grows and together you nurture it, and you can have something wonderful that you created with your kids. So my favorite part is the games. I know we're limited on time, but there are so many games that I want to talk about. There's so much fun. So for little kids, the dice on categories, it has letters, right? So what you can do is you can take a whiteboard and you can roll the dice, and then whatever letter comes up, the person like whose turn it is has to write as many words that they can with that letter. So for example, S. So they're writing all these words, and then whoever does the best is the winner. Or if you don't want to do competition, it's just a matter of that. Then there's so for the older kids, which is my kids' age group, is we love Sequence. That's my favorite. I love it. And then Code Names is our new favorite. We love Monopoly. Oh, it's so much fun. And Ludo. Oh my God, Ludo is so much fun. We have our own rules for Ludo, which make it a lot more fun. And if I go into the rules, it's going to take all night. So I can write them all down and send them to you, all the different websites and all the different directions on how to play games. But Ludo is so much fun, trust me. Then we have categories, we have Pictionary, we have Taboo. And these games, when you get into it and the competition of it, and it's just so much fun. You can also create like an online, you can have online sequence and online games with your extended family as well. And there's a game called Psych. And of course, the older kids like making TikToks. So I think those are really adorable. I find them fun. So there's a lot of different fun things that we can do. We just have to know that, just because we are having fun, that doesn't mean that we are taking away from what's going on. We're not doing that. But for our own mental health and for our mental stability and for the stability of the family, we have to understand that we have this time. And yes, we are going to spend more time in Quran, and we're going to spend more time in Salah, and we're going to do that. But we also need to have fun together. We need to appreciate each other. We need to get to know each other again. I feel like life had become so fast. Everyone was always somewhere, going out somewhere. Even as couples, like we would go out for dinner and our kids would be sitting, separately, or they would be at home and we would be separate, and the men would be separate and the women would be separate. So everyone would be doing their own thing. And you didn't get that together time. And I don't know what the reason is for why all this happened, but this is the gift that we got, that we have this together time, whether it's been forced on us or, whatever it is, but we have it. So what are we going to do with it? What are the memories we're going to create with it? That is up to us. And if you want more ideas, reach out to me. I'm going to put all of these things, I'll put them out there. But the family that plays together stays together. So I'm going to sign off now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you guys, and it was so good to see all the waves and the highs. And inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us, guide us, and may we meet again in health soon. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bring peace and health to the world and help us and show us what we need to do during this time. Ameen. Thank you.